Here's another reason why the Steelers should get T.J. Watt out on the field and pay him, as Ben says, give him whatever he wants. There are 4 games in Week 1 of the 2021 NFL season that begins Thursday night, not including the Thursday Nighter, that has an absolute ton on the line. Because not only does it set the tone for the season, as all Week 1 games do, but it's also something that could be in the winner's back pocket come next January. Normally I say that it means the playoffs, but the first 2 weeks of January are the last 2 weeks of the regular season in the NFL.
That's going to take
okay. And if it keeps going any longer, it could be like the NBA. It's the 2021-22 season, which I hope never happens. But it's the 2021 regular season finale happens in the first 2 weeks of 2022. So what happens in Week 1 on September the 12th of 2021 could be thrown on the table on January 9th, 2022 and say, remember this? That's why I'm in the playoffs and you're not. That's why you're coming to my house and I'm not coming to yours. And the Steelers, Mike Del Tufo, if you don't mind, whenever I do this sort of thing, go on a run of 4 games in the NFL, just give me the music I need. I just need this sort of thing. It's like sort of
hype
chicken
them up,
soup.
Mike.
It's sort of chicken soup for my soul.
Let's go.
Steelers, Bills. I mean, right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. This is one of the biggest games, if you remember, in last year's regular season, because it was the old measuring stick. And guess who busted out the measuring stick? I'm telling you guys, the Bills beat the Steelers. If they put the bang thing on the Steelers, it's in Western New York. The fans are going to be going crazy. Certainly if they think that the Austin Bills could be playing in front of them. This is a huge game. And if T.J. Watt's not there and the Mandalorian is standing back there and just finding Diggs and finding Sanders, yes, and finding Beasley at will, good night.
Good night.
And then you'll be spinning your wheels. You're 0-1. And you might have to go to Western New York, late January because of this. Get T.J. Watt out there. That's one of them. The other one, in the AFC that everybody's been talking about, and rightfully so, Browns and Chiefs. Browns at Chiefs. What a tone setter this would be if the Browns go into Kansas City and beat Kansas City in the home of the Chiefs.
This game
What
is
if the
spicy.
Browns go in there with Garrett and Clowney coming off the edges and pin Mahomes in that pocket behind that new offensive line? They got this new shiny offensive line, and Garrett and Clowney come and blow it up. Baker doesn't make any mistakes, and Chubb and Hunt, of all people in that place, comes and runs all over him. And the new look Browns come in and just, as Michael Irvin says, put the spankalanka on them, or not even that, but just wins. Any way, shape, or form, comes out with the W. And if the Chiefs do it the other way around, it's just like, okay, you're coming at the king. You best not miss, because we've won the last 2 conference championships for a reason. What a huge Week 1 game this is. Nance and Romo are going to be there. Much of the country watching that late window. And this is how big the third game is. The NFL gave a late window national television audience also to Fox in the same window. Packers, Saints in Jacksonville, Florida, of all places, because the Saints still can't hold a game at home because of Hurricane Ida. But we haven't seen Kamara. Jameis Winston with Kamara. Without can't guard Mike. If the Saints come and win this game, being on the road, even though they're technically at home, to beat Aaron Rodgers, who's actually going to start for the Packers after a whole non-playing season where we're wondering what's going to happen on that front. Green Bay comes out and just takes care of business because, well, it's the Saints. They weren't at home. They were on the road, not at home. Or they don't have Michael Thomas. They're not the same anymore. You think the Saints really want to hear that as they're going to go on the road the next 2 weeks? I mean, this is a big game for the Saints to come out. They need this win. Their next 2 are on the road, and potentially that 4th game, we assume it should be good enough to take on the Giants at home. We hope so for their sake. And then the Packers, this is a huge game after all of that. And we know what that is. The 4 months between draft day and the time that Aaron Rodgers showed up. That was that. And then I'll throw this one out there, too. Because it is the only division game on the schedule in week one. Only one where it's a division game. And it's the Alabama Bowl. It's Tua at Mac. Dolphins versus Patriots. Because we're all assuming the Bills win this division. If they don't, we're looking at one of the two division winners, aren't we? Because I don't think anybody believes it's the Jets. No. And if the Bills win the division, this is your best shot at making the playoffs, is winning games like this. You have to win your division games at home. And for Mac to come out against Brian Flores, former Patriot assistant, and everybody knows the way that everybody's thinking, and then also everyone knows there's some sort of chess match that you're not thinking about, and Tua, with his status there, and I believe in him, but there's a lot of doubters, and there are a lot of folks that are looking at Tua and saying, this is your time. Here we go. You had your offseason working with your ones in a way that you didn't the previous year. This is a big week one game with huge ramifications. Again, this is something that somebody could take out of their back pocket later in the season. I know they face each other again, but it's the only division battle. Winning your division games at home, certainly with a rookie quarterback in week one, huge for New England. Absolutely huge. So those are the four big contests in week one with absolutely monster implications that can reverberate all the way to week 18. Yep, that's what it is. All the way to week 18. And that's why the Steelers should get TJ Watt back, because Steelers at Bills is monumental. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.